What's up? How are you? I need a bucket to put on this stand. There is too much wind and I need to stabilize this. I know I came in late. Uh, your apologies, my people. Can you try and share the video as soon as you get it so that I'll be able to share the information that I got here super fast because it took me longer. I was trying to. Can you tell Lavenda to bring me my mic?
Where is it?
In the car.
Where?
The front seat.
Okay.
So it took me longer because I was trying to get my second phone set up, which didn't go through. Guy, let me move this. I think on this side, and then I'll be seated here. Yeah, this is better. I love this. So I want to give the schools that you can apply free of any application fees here in America. So guys, if you can let me give the list so that we do not keep going back and forth, so that whoever gonna come back later will have a chance to listen to all the schools, and then we can jump into some other things. Okay. I might go right ahead and read them. There are a bunch of them. The first one that doesn't have hi, I see you are doing well, kindly. Okay, I'm gonna read your messages after I read this list. It's a long one, so you better pay attention. And the first American university that you can apply, and it doesn't have fees, it's the American University for Undergraduate, and the link for you to get there is american.edu. So for every university that I'm going to talk about, this is where you can come and further your education, or you can come here from high school. If you are a high school graduate, you can be able to join the school in America right away, or you can come here to further your education. So I'm gonna read them. The first one is the American University, and for each school, for you to be able to access their website, all you need to do is to type the name of the university and then .edu. That will be the official website. The second university is the Arizona State University for undergraduate courses. The third one is Aquinas College. And the fourth one is Boston University. We have number 5 as the Central Michigan University. It has a application fee waiver code for undergraduate. So the 60th university gonna be the Cornell University. Thank you. The Cornell University. I'm gonna try to put the mic because of the wind and stuff. This mic has been letting me down, and I haven't been able to buy another one. So we are at number 6. Let me connect. This broadcast will never be official. We do things as you watch. So let me know if you can hear me, please. I need to know if you can hear me do this on the comment section. Please, please, please. Let me know if you can hear me do this on the comment section. So number 6 was the Cornell University, USA. That's a grad school. We go to the next one. So number 7 is the Dartmouth College. And number 8 is Illinois Wesley. I don't know the name. Illinois Wesleyan University. I will try to pronounce that as Welian. I don't know. University. That is a hard one. We have number 8 as the Indiana State University. That is number 9. Number 10 is the Michigan Technology University. They do not have any application fee. So you better take advantage of this. We have number 11 as the Miami University. Number 12, Northeastern University. Number 13 is St. Mary's University. Number 14 is the Southern Illinois University. We go to the next one. We have number 15 is Southwestern University. Number 16 is the University of New Orleans. Number 17 is University of Southern Maine. Number 18 is University of Dayton. University of New Haven is number 19, undergraduate. Number 20, we have the University of Illinois in Springfield. And number 21, we have the University of Worcester, USA. We have number 22 as the University of Lindbergh. Oh my God, Lindbergh. And number 23, we have the University of St. Thomas, Minnesota. And we have number 24 as Wellesley College, Massachusetts. That is the biggest name people fear to pronounce. And number 25 is the Worcester Polytechnic Institute. Number 26 is Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University. We go to the next one. Number 27 is Clemson University. That is South Carolina, USA. We have Northeastern Arizona University. Number 28. 29, we have the McKee University. Number 30, we have Rice University in Texas. And for the McKee University, they have a virtual open house coming up. You have to join through the website in order for them to waive the fee for you. And number 31, we have Rider University, undergraduate, and the open house gonna be November 11 to 13. That is online. You can join. Number 32, we have the State of University of New York. For those of you who would want to learn in New York, I think I saw someone from Kenya studying there, a big person. We have number 33 as University of Delaware, and the University of Nebraska comes as number 34. Number 35 is University of Pennsylvania. University of Tennessee, Chattanooga is number 36. We have number 37 as Emory Neuroscience Graduate Program, and you can reserve your space online for the open house. We have number 38 as New York City Tadon Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering virtual session coming up on November 11. We have Tulane University, that is School of Science and Engineering PhD graduate programs. And we have the University of Missouri, Kansas City. Missouri, Kansas City. So that is in the part of Missouri, not Kansas. And as a matter of fact, the place where the school is based, it also determines how much you're gonna pay, because the higher the state, then the higher the everything. Okay, so those are 40 schools that you can take advantage of. Do not say you never heard about this. I know there are so many other schools that you can apply, but I just listed those that you can apply that do not come with a application fee. Then let me see your messages. Okay, is the student loan from Empower Financing a good idea? I don't know, I have to do research. So the other thing I told you about, if you want to come here with education, you better start running, you better start sports, participate with something that can make a school consider you for a scholarship. I'm looking into bringing a student on board here one of these days, so that she can explain about scholarships and how to win them, what she did and what are the pros and the cons and what you are supposed to prepare yourself with. I'm gonna bring her today. She wouldn't be able to come on board because she has exam and she was coming from running, and whenever she's running she's so tired. Okay, watching from Nyeri, Kenya. Hi Elsie, hope you're doing well. Kindly send us the green card link, please. Jesus Christ, I hope you are joking. Green card gonna be stopping in 2 days. Today is the 60th. So is today the 60th? And the green card gonna be coming to a stop in 2 days on the 8th of this month. So I don't know how you are asking for the green card link right now because you are very late, and I told you if you come in late you're gonna have to deal with the sluggishness of the internet because everyone is running the last minute. Okay, hizo maswali zikuja now. Hi SC. So I know one thing for sure, people want to hear about so beautiful things, so nice things about America, but when you come to tell them about ways that can get them here, like the school, they do not want to listen to that video. Why? Because they think they just want to see the beautiful part of the other side. You know, grass is always greener on the other side, and this is life. But for those who can take a step and try to apply, and in case you join here and in case you do sports and stuff and you can get a full scholarship, there's so many people here who have a full scholarship. They do not even pay a dime, because also coming here with education is gonna cost you an arm and a leg, because for a semester you're gonna be looking into paying something like $4,000 per semester. That is not easy money. That is not small money. Green card is supposed to close on the 8th. On the 8th. It's not today. On the 8th. Ama wali change. Did they change? I thought it was the 8th of November. At hi Elsie, watching from Muranga, Kenya. How are ya? Hey? You do have cold now. It's the cold season. As you can see, the trees are dry, and I had to put on something warm in order for me to do this outside of my house. I got late because I went to look for a SIM card for my second phone, so that I can be able to read your questions from my other phone, but I couldn't do it because when I went to the store where they do that, there was a huge line of people and they don't have workers. That's why I keep on telling you, come and work. People don't have people to work for them. I went there and I stayed there for a whole 30 minutes, and eventually I had to tell them I gotta go because I needed to join the live video, and they were taking forever. So I left without services because I couldn't wait any longer. That is what I mean by America needs people for working. Fill out the application for green card. Try out other means to get you here. Si lazima ukuje na njia moja, Mungu si wa njia moja. You can use other means and they can get you here. Nastakangi sana kuongea hiyo na kizungu cause of things and reasons. But I would want to tell a person, please, if you are not doing well wherever you are, there are a whole bunch of countries that you can go and try greener pastures. There is always something you can do. If I didn't try the green card, I would still up to date. I'll be in Dandora. And trust me, someone told me about green card 4 good years. After 4 years, that is when I considered as a good way, as a good thing to try. But for all the 4 years, I was like hearing from this here and then out. Why? Because I think sometimes we are sluggish to do things that can progress us, but we are very hard to do things that cannot even take us anywhere. Like, for example, I'm not saying that being on YouTube, viewing other videos or watching a movie is a bad thing. It is not a bad thing because you cannot be living the same life from January to December. Things need to balance. But what I'm saying is you need to be spending your time watching the videos that can educate you, that can better your life, that can give you something that you did not know that can give you they can fire you up to try something that can better your life for tomorrow. But if you keep on watching football, those people are making money for their own benefits. But you are watching them, investing your time to watching a football for like a whole 3 hours. The 3 hours you just give them to someone you don't even know. You helped those people to make money, yet you remain the same position. And this is number one reason why people remain in the same position, because they want to do things that help other people but not themselves. So if I was to be asked, I would really urge you people to start by or to start investing more of the time within the 24 hours that everybody has in a day. Invest most of that time into yourself. Grow yourself mentally, physically, and everything. Most of the people who say they cannot attend gym, it's not because they do not have time. It is because most of the time is used doing other things that benefit people, the things that end up at benefiting other people. Okay, and how are the house tours coming along, guys? Are you enjoying them? Do you want to see more? Do you want to see the posh side, the high-end houses and stuff? And also, I know we're gonna start doing the car videos, how much they go for what type, what year, what would you expect to get if you have this amount of money and you wanna buy a car, where you can get the cars to start life here in America and stuff like those. Okay. Is it expensive? I didn't see that. Is it expensive to study for kazi ya mkono, e.g. plumber or tiba? For the technical jobs, sometimes you need to go to school for just 6 months. 6 months, and you will get a certificate, you will get a license, and from there you can work even with big organizations because you are certified. You can also come here and go to school and do beauty. You can go learn how to make people's hair. That has got a lot of money. Let me tell you this. People who work with their own hands here in America, they tend to be very busy such that when you try to book them, for example, I tried to book for my hair to be done. I wanted my long hair to be colored and stuff before I decided to cut it. And I walked into this salon, and there are like 10 salons. And I asked them if I can book an appointment for the day. Of course, they do not have nothing for the day. They are fully booked. And then I asked them, when can I book? And they're like, we are booked all the way to December. And I'm telling you about August. We are booked all the way to December. You can see how much you can benefit with working with your own hands versus going to school and paying all that money and stuff. If you like doing things with your own hands, you do not have to go to school. Not everybody is supposed to go to school in order for them to stay a good life. There are other people who earn through basketball. There are people who earn through making people's hair. There are people who earn through so many other types of things. So, and in America, you do not have to stick to one side. If you are more of a practical person, if you are more of a manual person, you like doing things practically, you like trying things and stuff, you like building, you like construction, things like those, you can come here and go to school, and it's gonna take you like 6 months, sometimes 1 year, and it's not something that's gonna make you go crazy. You still be able to work, and then when you graduate or when you become certified, you can go and work at an organization, or you can start your own thing. For example, there are those people who do mechanics so well. There are people who like working on cars. I'm here to tell you that it's very possible to come here, go to school, be certified with mechanic license, and be able to set up your own mechanical shop, and you'll be making lots of dollars. I know of a person who works on cars. He's Kenyan, and not just one. I know several of them. They work on cars. They are mechanic, and they make clean money, like good money. They make more than 5,000 a month just by working on people's cars. For example, I'll give you an example, a very simple example. For a mechanic to change the semi truck, if they change the tire for you, that is 250 just to change that tire. And in America, the good thing is you're not gonna work with your own hands like I'm here lifting this tire and I'm here now trying to get the nuts off the tire. No, they are machines that do the job for you. So you're just gonna be there, and within seconds, the nuts are all out and you are tying them, and 250 is paid to you. That didn't even take you 30 minutes. If it takes you the most, it's 30 minutes. And you have $250. Tell me, where can you make that type of money? Less than an hour. Tell me. Tell me where you can get such money with less than an hour. So people who are able to work the mechanical job, the technical jobs, they are able to make more money and faster than people who go to school. That is a fact. Okay. We want more of the videos. Thank you. Yes, Essie, I'm really waiting for those car videos. And is it possible, I need to read that question. Is it possible for a Kenyan in America to employ a fellow? Oh yeah. I have a company and I employ fellow Kenyans. I have like 6 of them eight that I have worked with. They are pure Kenyans. And also I have worked with Wazungu. I have hired Wazungu to work with me. So there is no limitation when you come to America. And people are looking for, if you're looking for work to do, and I have the work to do, here is when we say the color or age or anything doesn't matter anymore, because you have what I'm looking for. All I will need to do is to grab the opportunity. So I have seen people, Kenyan people, hiring the American people. I have seen Kenyan people doing big things, starting trucking jobs, starting trucking organizations, companies and stuff. Men, Kenyans are making very huge strides here in America. You should never ever feel intimidated because you are in a new land. This land belongs to God. That is all you need to know, because He's the giver of life and He is the one above everybody else. I'm training on how to braid, hoping and trusting I will be DV 2024 winner. Nikuje hustle in that side of. Oh yeah, if you can be able to prepare yourself with skills like the technical skills, like braiding hair, and this is not a women job. You can also train braiding hair as a man. Nowadays, we do not have categories of ladies job and men job. You can do any job as long as you know what you are doing and you have professionalism in how you do it and deliver it. You can always do anything and try anything. When I came to America, I realized that this country doesn't entertain ladies jobs and men jobs. No, they do not have nothing close to that. Anyone can do anything as long as they know how to do it and they are doing it the right way. Okay? Maswali zikuje. Leteni hizo maswali. Saturday is for Moshene, the educative Moshene. I do not have chai. Chai, you will have to go look for it at Mother Higa. But when you come to my channel, I'll only tell you things that can benefit you, because I would want to see you grow. I would want to motivate you. I would want to inspire you. I would want to see you here working together in this country and paying those taxes so that America can remain strong. Questions, please. And then I would want to say this as, by the way, if you are looking for someone to host you and you do not want to share, if, like, for example, you cannot just come to me and tell me I'm looking for someone to host me, I have green card, and when I ask you where's your green card, can I see it? Because you do not just talk. When you go to the airport and you tell them you want to go to America, they do not just tell you. There is a lot of weed, man. They won't just tell you go. They need to see that you have a passport that is stamped with a visa to go to America. The same thing. Things have a way of how they are supposed to be done. So if you come to me, you need someone to host you or me to look for a host for you. And I'm not saying I do that. In case you do, you're desperate and stuff. You have to show me for real. You have the green card. You have to show me for real. You have the visa, so that I can be able to hook you up, or I can know how I can advise you. But for you to come and tell me, and when I ask you, where's your green card? Can I see your green card? To know you are serious, because we get all type of people, and people come to our inbox with every type of story you have ever thought about. Some will come there with love story. They want to love you. Some Some will come to your inbox because they believe you have what they want in life. Some will come to your inbox just to tell you thank you. And I love those messages for people who say thank you for the work you're doing. Keep them coming, they inspire me. For example, when I was going to look for a second phone for me to be able to read your messages, that gonna cost me like $60. It is not like this video that I'm doing here, it's gonna pay me the $60. It won't pay me $60. But why? Because if I can invest my $60 and then I get to teach 1,000 people about something that can benefit them in life, why not? I did not lose the money. I invested that money in people that needed that help, and that the glory goes back to God. And if you get help, and in case one day you find yourself here and you will tell me, I say, you know what, I listened to one of your videos and I took a step and I did this and that, and I was able to cross to the other side where you live, I will give God all the glory, because that is my entire goal. My goal is not to get paid by YouTube. If YouTube gets to pay me that $60 per video, well and good. It's hard though, but if I get to get paid, if people get to watch my video, like 1 million people, and then I get to be paid like $500, well and good. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I'm good, because I did my part. And the most important part is to get you to know what you do not know, like today. Guys, keep those questions coming. So I wanted to clarify that so that people can understand that it's not like we have a lot of time to go and shoot the videos and show you stuff, or me sitting here. Today is Saturday, it's my off day. I only get to be off on a Saturday and Sunday. So I sacrifice my time, my family time, to come here and at least speak with a person who will benefit from this. My entire goal is to get just one person to benefit from this. Okay? So if you come to my inbox and you need help about a host or something, be serious. Let's talk serious talk. If I ask you to show me your green card, just go ahead and show me. There is nothing I can do with it. It is your green card. It has your picture and everything, your number and everything. There is nowhere I can take it. But if you are not willing to do that, we cannot go on with the talk, because you are wasting my time. Would you encourage someone working in America to invest back home, or they should invest in USA only? I would say this. People have got different reasoning when it comes to where they want to be when they grow old. For example, when you come here and you relocate with your kids will come here and they will become American. They become completely American. Like my kids, if you hear them talk, and I'm the mother, I'm the one who brought them to America. But if you listen to them talk, they have the American accent. They have the American accent. I have the Kenyan Agekoyo accent. So these kids have adopted the American way, and they eat the American food. I do not, but they know each and every food that is made by America. I do not. So your kids will be more of America. American, and they will also marry here. They will get kids here. The kids will go to school here in America, and they will eventually marry and live here. What am I trying to say? It's a whole generation settling in America. For me, I wouldn't want to invest back Kenya, but I would just want to build one retirement home. Just one retirement home. Why? In Kenya, I do not have my kids there. My kids are here with me. So why would I go invest in Kenya when I can invest here, and the properties and real estate, whatever, everything, are gonna benefit my kids because they're gonna live here. They ain't gonna go back to Kenya and settle there. That's a lie. That is not even realistic. My kids will settle here because their kids will be here. So the generation goes on. So I would say this: if you prefer retiring in Kenya, it's good to invest there. If you consider retiring here, then it's good to invest here. It's all upon you. You take your baby to daycare, or you have a nanny. I take my baby to daycare. In-home nannies are a little bit expensive because they go from 1,200 all the way up, and they do not do a single thing in the house other than sitting the baby, period. They do not wash your clothes. They do not cook for you. They do not clean up the house. So you gotta come from work, you have a nanny in the house, but you still have to do the job. I wouldn't want to do that. For example, I do an in-home daycare, and I'm able to work with it because the rates are not bad. I can be able to pay up to, let's say, per month I pay like $800 for the baby, just for the babysitting, $800. So that is more better than me paying 1,500 without any other help. It doesn't make sense. If I have to come back home tired and start cooking and start doing other things that are needed done in the house, it doesn't make sense. Is beauty marketable there? Amani, hairdressing too. Everything is marketable here. For example, if I want my face beat, I would have to pay at least $60 for a 30-minute session. That is how much this job make money. Like a 30-minute session, I will have to pay that much. If I'm calling for a person to come and do makeup for a wedding, for example, I'm doing a wedding and I need someone to come and do my makeup, which means they're gonna stay the whole day. It's gonna be more than $500 per day. How is Uber and Lyft job taking you? I do not do Uber or Lyft any longer. Since I lost my car, I decided to stop the transportation jobs, and I now settled for my company that I was trying to set up. That's why I was away for a while on YouTube. Now we are good and it's standing. But Uber and Lyft pays, but you need a lot of discipline. A lot of discipline in acknowledging that nobody is supervising you, nobody is on you. You do not have a boss, you are your own boss. But the only way to earn money is when you get yourself out there and go do the job. So you need to set time. I'm gonna be waking up at 6 in the morning so that I can do the airport trips, or maybe 5 a.m. is the best time, or 4:30 a.m. You go do the airport trips, and then after 10, the work slows down. You come back home, you can take a nap if you want, or you can just rest on the couch, or whatever you want to do, or you can go to your other businesses, and then you come back and turn on your app around 3ish or 2:30ish, and then you're gonna make a lot of rides because that is the peak time. So peak time is in the morning and around the evening from 2:30, and in between, if you are a hard worker, you can combine with doing DoorDash, all food delivery apps. You can work with food delivery apps, whereby between the time that you're gonna be resting, between 10, when the Uber and Lyft goes down, you can now pick up the food delivery and turn on the app and hit the road, and that is around the lunchtime, and you're gonna make money in between the block. So the first block for Lyft and Uber is from 4:30 a.m. or 4 all the way to 10. Then there is this block here that you can rest or even go do other businesses from 10 a.m. all the way to 2:30. So between 10 and 1 p.m. you can do food delivery, which pays also good, and you can be able to combine the income from the Lyft and Uber to food and delivery, and then go back to Uber and Lyft at the evening, which is the peak time. One thing to consider here in America, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday can make you an income that you will struggle making a whole week with Uber and Lyft. Okay? So if you can consider working your other job and make this a side hustle, from Friday you are off. You work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in your other job. You can be hired, employed. Then from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you go into Uber and Lyft. You will make a lot of money. Just be sure to stay up late and then wake up and continue. Over the weekend, for the states that make the pays good, you can make up to $2,000 over the weekend, depending on how much time you put in. But in the states that do not pay that much, like here in Kansas, we do not have that high pay with Uber and delivery, Uber and Lyft. You can make up to $1,000 for 3 days. In fact, 2 days. Saturday and Sunday can make you 1,000 if you invest your time wisely and if you stay up late, because most people go clubbing, go partying on Friday and Saturday. So that's a clue. Woo! Mwadhani. Hi Elsie, thanks a lot for the information. And people, please like this video. Information, God bless you. Kindly share on how you start a salon. How to start a salon. By the way, it's not even complicated. Some people do it even from their house, whereby you do not have to rent. All you need to do is to register your business. You register your business, and so that way you get the license. And you already have the license that you got certified. You do not have to be certified, by the way, to work on regular people, because if it's not a business center, a business shop, you do not have to be certified. People work on people here inside their home at the basement. They make it a little salon, the same way we do it in Kenya. The same way we do it, like no protocols or anything, but you are professional. So you can do it either that way, or you can get a license, register your business, and then you can be working on people's hair. And all you need to do is to make cards. I tell people to get professional, make cards, and then advertise your work in the Kenyan groups or in the African groups. We have lots of them. We have Nigerian groups, we have Ghana groups, we have Tanzanian groups, we have Kenyan groups. All types of groups are here, South African groups, any type of country that you have ever thought of that has ever landed in America, they do have a group. All you need to do is to network with people that come from those groups, because they cannot add you there because you are not from their country. And then you can get to network with them and get your work advertised there. It's free, and nobody tells you not to advertise your job here. Like in America, we have a Kenyan women group that is called Kwiru. Kwiru is a group made of Kenyan women purposely, and we have so many women there, and whenever you advertise your job there, you will get clients. And also on Facebook is very free, and if you want your ad to go to many people, you can sponsor it, pay like $5, and they will get to advertise your work. If you have ever been on Facebook and you saw an ad coming, a post saying sponsored means someone paid for that post. I'm used to ad because I have used it so many times, so I'm talking with the language of business, but I would want to talk with the common language so that you can understand. If you see some post saying sponsored, it means someone paid for that post in order for it to be circulated by Facebook to the people around you, because you get to choose the demographical locations that you would want them to advertise your work. And that is how it works with Facebook. Some of us, when you see us on Facebook, we are not there for fun. We are there for business. So people, use social media platforms for business, not for fun, not for posting, not for showing us how you look like when you're in the swimming pool. That is good to be on the swimming pool, but that doesn't need to come to social media. It's not necessary. So guys, use Facebook for marketing your work. And I also posted something on my Facebook about if you know how to cook. If you are very good at cooking, I'm gonna come up with a line for my second phone. I cannot share my number here. I cannot share my number that I use because it's my work number, and I do not want to mix businesses. So I'm gonna come up with a number, and that will be my line 2. And then we're gonna make a group of all those people who say they can cook, who know they can cook and stuff, and we're gonna develop ideas. It is not money, it is not a job, but we're gonna come up with some ideas that will help someone to grow themselves. Because most of the time, the things you like doing, those things that you do very well, the thing that you do very well, that is probably the gift that God gave you, that it can get you into places. But so many people don't know how to do it because they do not have a mentor. And that is why I would want to mentor people, not because I'm the best mentor in town, but I would want to mentor people so that they can get to their dreams, so that they can see things happening in their life. Okay? Is it hectic to drive on those snowy roads and highways? Is it not way too slippery? Sometimes it gets slippery, but I will tell you this: America, since the world was created, has been lived by people. They drive on those roads. Too dangerous for you, because God can give you safety. Before I had my first accident this year, on the 2nd of January, I had been driving for 7 good years in America on the snow, and nothing ever happened to me until that day. An accident is an accident, and a bad fortune is a bad fortune. It doesn't matter where, because I have seen so many people on accidents in other parts of the world where it doesn't snow, not because they slipped on a snow, but because it was an accident. And they do a very good job by cleaning the roads as soon as they can. They work very hard. Hi Essie, I have a certificate in electrical engineering. I have 4 years of experience. And in the installation field. Is this a marketable? Let me tell you something. Thank you for asking that. I know people who work here, they work with the African community. It's easy to work with the African community when you have experience, but you're not certified with the American license. So being not certified with the American license doesn't mean you don't have the experience. Experience is even more better. It's even more marketable than the license. So what people do when they come here, like you have an electrical engineering certificate and you have the experience, as long as you can do things the right way, you will always have customers. I know so many people, and I have had so many people coming to my house to fix things. They are Kenyans, and they do it very well, professionally. Why? Because they have the experience, and if they can do it the way I want it, why not hire them? I'm not gonna go for a professional who has a license and they charge me an arm and a leg. I do not have that type of money. So it works so well because you can help people even as you earn. Because they do not want to go to the professionals, because they're gonna come up with some fees. I don't know, convenience fee, I don't know, greetings fee, I don't know what. They come with all these little fees, and when they add up, the budget comes so high such that you cannot be able to meet it. Woo! What of accountants' jobs? Yeah, you can be an accountant. And I'll go back to something I said a few weeks ago. In America, if you want to be learned, if you want your education to pay you, please consider the healthcare field. That is all I can say for now. Consider the healthcare field. Hello Essie, how is IT field? Is it marketable? Oh yeah, it is, because most of the people who are doing IT nowadays, they are able to do it from home, and I think the pay is also good. And I know so many Kenyans who are IT consultants and stuff, so I think it is a good job, and you can get it to do it remotely, whereby you do not have to go to work. The reason as to why this job field grew, it's because of COVID. People went back to remote working, and that made so many people to be able now to get the jobs. So right now it's very marketable, and I believe since COVID came, now the technology is online, everything is online, and we're gonna now be needing more and more of the IT technology specialists. Between Europe, Canada, and USA, which is the best place to relocate to? How is Canada, to be precise? Like I usually say, I can only give the history of where I live. I have never been to Canada, by the way. I have ever been to Europe, specifically in Germany. I did not like it there, and I wasn't there to stay there. I was there to visit, but the experience, according to how I was able to evaluate, I do not think I did not like it much. But I think if you can go to Joyce K. Nurse, Canada, you will be able to get a lot of information. If Canada is a good place to relocate to, I will try to see if we can do a video with Joyce, and then maybe she can tell us about Canada, and I'll update you when we're gonna be doing that. Okay, guys, I have to promise that. Yeah. So, I can bring in a person, another lady that I know who is in Canada. Whoever gonna be available before the other one is the one we're gonna rely with, and we're gonna talk about how Canada is. Okay. Oh, any more questions, guys? Guy, Kodoga. Oops. Muko na maswali? We love you. Thank you so much for loving me. Hello, Essie. How is... Okay, I answered that. Okay, can you guys tell me something or ask me something that you would want to know? And tell me how you are preparing in receiving the news that you got selected for DV 2024. How will that feel? How are you preparing to be able to process the green card when that time comes? Are you ready, or do you just pray to God and then you go your own do your own things? Like me, I went and tried green card, and then I went and actually I moved from Nairobi to Nyeri, where I had this restaurant that I was cooking one bag of all-purpose flour, and I couldn't even manage to sell the whole mandazi and chapo. So, man, we have struggled. For real, we have struggled to be guy. God can take you through so many struggles in order to mold you. But one thing I like about God, when He blesses you in a way that you forget all the problems that you have ever come through. You forget all the issues that you have ever had in life. For example, I remember when I was doing the restaurant business, the business was giving me like 500 per day sometimes, and sometimes I wouldn't even make 500 per day. Shillings, not dollars, shillings. And I was pregnant with my second baby, and you can imagine cooking chapo and you're pregnant, and I do not even have a stud where I can like work on them when I'm studying. It's this. For those who have carried pregnancy, you have an experience whereby if you bend like this and you are pregnant, the pressure that comes into your stomach, the belly, you feel like but I was doing that because me, I hate being idle. Me, I hate being lazy. Actually, I cannot understand laziness. I will never understand laziness. Me, I believe there is always something you can do. If you do not have more than 2,000 Kenya shillings, and I talk in shillings because I come from Kenya, so guys, you're gonna have to excuse me if you're watching from South Africa or Ghana or any other place, but convert that into your money. But if you have like 2,000 Kenya shillings, you can always go to Gekoba. I don't know if Gekoba is still there, because I have seen news about they want to close the Gekoba. They better not, because there are so many people who benefit from there. I have been there and I made some few coins from Gekoba. You can always go to Gekoba or Isili. Get the underwears, get the panties, get the bras, come and sell them. Buy them in wholesale, come and sell them. And with progress, you will see your job growing. Do not wait to go to the streets and hawk them. You do not have to do that. You can go door to door. You have to, men, people feel embarrassed because of doing other jobs, but they do not feel embarrassed for being poor. Being poor is very embarrassing. I have been there. I have been embarrassed. Like, oh, man, I don't even know what to say. Like, I have felt the embarrassment of being poor, living with just one shoe. And I mean one, number one. Like, I didn't have any place I put my shoe. Which shoes? I didn't have shoes. I only had one shoe, and for me to buy that shoe, sikumbuki hiyo jina zilikuwa zimetokelezea. It's a certain uniform that ladies used to have of shoes. But let me tell you, for me to be able to buy that shoe, it took me a lot. I had to sacrifice a lot. I had to not eat lunch and be able to save to go to put that money into a merry-go-round. My God, a merry-go-round to buy a shoe. Guy, you guys don't know what being poor is. Ask me about being poor, living in the minimum that you can. Like me not eating lunch, to be able to come up with money to put to the merry-go-round, so that at the end when they pay me, when my round comes, I'll be able to buy at least a shoe. A shoe. In Kenya, the most money that I saved ever in my account was $10,000. I mean 10,000 Kenyan shillings, not dollars. Kenyan shillings. Need you meet a guy, million nado. Guy, wadadi. God changes things. God can change your situation. God can change it. And I will never talk anything bad about America, because America has changed me. And God blessed me through America. Coming here was like dying and resurrecting into another life, a new life. Like, Me, I used to hear people saying, "Nyaragorire broti ya magana mana karigwo guy mwathani 400,000. How will you even come up with 400,000 if eating is a problem?" And I would see people building nice homes, and I'm like, oh my god, narikoro wahe kioro o kioro tuthiage giakwa, just my own toilet. I'm not even asking for that big homes and nice homes. What if I can have my own toilet to be, oh my god, at least to be using the toilet without someone knocking, without a person from the same boat knocking on you because you're taking too long, and maybe they have a diarrhea or they have a stomach issue, they need to use the toilet as well. You see, when you are living in a plot whereby, I used to live in a plot whereby they have these houses on this side and houses on this side, and this is the veranda or the hallway, whereby the houses are just one single rooms, and then the toilet is for everybody at the end of the veranda. So you cannot use the toilet as you wish. Even if you have a diarrhea issue, you will have to use the toilet in a hurry because someone else might knock on you, and sometimes even the situation of your stomach issue is not, you are not even free to express it in the bathroom because you do not want other people to hear the morurumo. Wait, what there? So there are so many embarrassing situations that comes with poverty. So when you feel embarrassed to go and do your job because other people will judge you, why is she selling the other garments? Why is she selling the bras? I remember one day, that's a story for another day. Someone very close to me asked me. In fact, they talked in a very arrogant way. And they asked me if I have to sell the maduruare. Do you have to sell the maduruare? Those are the underwears, because I was selling men underwears, ladies underwears, the bras, bikers. Back then, people used to dress. Nowadays, I don't know how the market is, because ladies have refused to wear the underwears. I don't know why. They are saying it's getting too hot. And I'm like, guy, now you want to tell me that the underwear is making you hot? Like, seriously? People are getting into a crazy life whereby they want to introduce other lifestyles that are not theirs. They want to brand them as healthy and all those stuff in order for them to look like they are the fashion. But for real, guy. So I used to do that, and it used to pay me. It wasn't much money, but I was able to pay my house help. I even had a house help when I couldn't even pay myself. I used to go to work, and all the money that I make, at the end of the month, I'm gonna pay the house help because I needed to get out of the house, go do something, and the only way was to get a house help and help me babysit my baby, so that I go to Gekomba, I go to Isili, and the first time I went to Gekomba, I went to Isili. I remember the way from Juja Road, because I was living in Dadora, and then I'm getting into Isili, and there was this entrance to Isili from Juja Road that had, oh my god, that had a lot of ditches. Those are like valleys. One day, I had my baby, I had tied him. It was my firstborn son. I had tied him from the front, and we got into this ditch that was full of water. And when I would look on the window of the bus, the water was half the window. And I was here with my baby. He was like 3 months. But because I couldn't stay in the house, I wanted to get out there. I had to take my baby to Isili to go and look for clothes so that I can come and resell them at a retail price and be able to get at least 20 shillings. But you know what? God is a wonder working God, and he's a miracle working God. I have seen that, and nowadays I do not talk about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I talk about the God of me, my God, because that is who I know and who I have seen working on me. Your today might be harder, your today might be full of struggles, your today might not look so good, so beautiful, your today might be embarrassing. There is nothing as embarrassing as getting into a supermarket and your baby starts crying for that biscuit and you cannot be able to pay for it, so you have to lie to the baby, the biscuit is bitter. That is not good for eating, it's bitter, it's blah blah blah. But that is not true. You're trying to convince the baby not to take the biscuit, and everyone else is watching you, and you do not have the money. The only money you got is money to buy that unga to go home and cook. Do not worry, because there is a God who changes situations, and he did that for me. All I would ask you to do is to be intentional. Get very intentional with things. If you see schools being like the list I just read for 40 schools, universities, please, even if you completed your university 4 years ago or 3 years ago, or your high school or your college, take this opportunity. Try. When you try, God will send people to come and support you, and you will get here. You will not, your work will not be in vain, and trying will make God to move, because you are moving also. Guide the dictator. God is not a dictator. He will never take you by force and take you to America by force. You will have to be the person to apply. You will have to be the person to follow up with the process, and his work will be to get you here, to make a way to get you here. Okay, guys? Woo! The number one thing that made me settle in Kansas, like you asked, I love Kansas because I landed in Missouri. Missouri is a chaotic place, and in fact, when I was living in Missouri, I used to think that the police cars have to be racing someone all day. Like, each and every moment you would hear the police are racing someone. So I used to think America is built of that, and I used to think that everywhere else in America it looks like that. When I landed to Kansas, I didn't have any knowledge of how Kansas is. I was just looking for a house, and since it was during the COVID, I had to look for the neighboring states around Missouri, which was Illinois, which is Chicago, and Kansas. Of course, I wouldn't want to go to Chicago, so I looked into Kansas, and then I found a house, and then when I texted the person online, they got back to me, I paid the house, and then I moved here. But what I like most about Kansas is because Kansas is like, people are friendly here, and another thing I like about Kansas is quiet and cool, very conducive, and the environment is good for family and kids. Yeah. Dr. SC, advise me on this. Is it is it to come to like a mother and one child, and then the rest of the family will follow later? You can just come all of them. I do not see any reason why you should leave other people, and if you have to leave them, I'm crying. If you have to leave them, then you have to make sure they all got visas, and when they get the visas, you need to check the expiration date. So if there is a way you can be able to get them over as soon as you can, I mean, the minute you are coming, well and good, and remember, you have to be the primary applicant for this to happen. If not, because of finances, you can come here, and when you get here, you will have to work very hard. Like, you will have to work 16 hours, doubles, knock down those doubles, like you are crazy. And then you get the finances and pay for their ticket, and they can join you. You do not have to go for them. They can just board a plane, and they will come here, and you will have to pay for the ticket online. So everything gonna be online, and they will join you here, and we will sing for them. Welcome na wakinya goko butoe city down. Yeah, Karuhani. Is it hard to get a host if you have a family of 5? No, it's not hard to get a host. You can get a host even with 10 people, but it's gonna be a load for them. It's gonna be work for them. I got a host when I had 4 people, so 5 people is not a lot. And my kids were very young. And let me tell you something here. When I was relocating to come to America, I had one big fear. If you could have seen my pictures, one day I will bring them here. The picture that I was taken, I know of course the phone wasn't that good, but the picture that was taken of me when I was relocating to America that day, because I think it was on a Thursday. Oh my God, I was dark, very dark, because of the tension that was in me. I was like, I have kids. I'm going to someone I have never seen. I don't know them, in a new place. I have to adapt there. I don't know how. And This tension had made my face to be very dull, very dull. I would see people congratulating me and telling me, you are now going to America. I'm like, what is the funny part about it? I don't even see anything. By the moment, I wasn't seeing anything good about it, because this is a new life and my kids, and I was so worried about my kids, how they're gonna adapt when they come here. My worry wasn't about me, but my kids. But kids adapt like this, and they're gonna leave you there. They're gonna speak the language as if they've been speaking it from the day they were born, and you're gonna be left there. Ask them, what did you say? Your own child. Your own child. You're gonna be asking them, what did you say? You cannot hear, you cannot understand their English, yet you are the one who brought them here. But they adapt very quickly, especially when they go to school. They learn things very fast, and the accent gets into them, and they start twanging, and you cannot understand them, your own kids. If you are here and you haven't liked this video, please go ahead and like it. Would you advise a single person to live in a studio or a one-bedroom after getting their first job? So a studio in America is always expensive than a one-bedroom. You better understand that. Why? Because they are built in a certain way, and God willing, today I was supposed to go and tour a studio. They are like poshy. That's why they cost more. I'm gonna go to a studio and maybe a one-bedroom. The reason is why they go for an expensive price is the location. Like the one I'm gonna go to, it's in a location which is the heart of Olathe city. So they are like city things. You see, we are kind of like in a residential area, but the studios mostly will be found in a city area, in the city. That's why they go for more. I'm gonna tour one tonight, God willing. If I get a chance, I'm gonna go after this video. So yeah, it's expensive. It's better to go to a one-bedroom house other than a studio. What about, is it possible to get a green card? What about the minors? The only, I understood, like, are you asking about the certificate, the points that you got after graduation, high school? I would answer this like this. They only need your high school certificate. When I was applying green card, they wanted you to have at least a C- and above. But nowadays, I think they don't care about the grade. All they want to see is the high school diploma completion. At what age a child can travel alone? Travel like that, like on the plane. Sometimes if the child is a minor, and a minor in a flight is taken to be, I think, below the age of 10 or 12. Because I know of a child who traveled from Missouri to Kenya by himself, but then you have to pay for a travel assistant. You will have to include that in your air ticket, and they can be brought all the way to you. Okay, you have to pay the airline for a travel assistant who gonna be taking the boy. For those of you who have never traveled a long distance, like three flights, I'm gonna explain to you how it goes. You get from JKIA, Jomo Kenyatta Airport in Nairobi, and then it drops you to Europe, Amsterdam, Netherlands, or wherever, and then Amsterdam is in Netherlands. Okay, it's gonna drop you in Germany or wherever in Europe. So from there, you gonna wait for like 2 hours or check with the authorities, and when you are done, you will wait for your flight time. For example, if you got to Amsterdam at 12 and your flight is 2 p.m., then you're gonna wait for 2 p.m. and check with the authorities, and you are cleared and everything. But you will need to travel from wherever they dropped you to the next flight. And for a baby, they cannot be able to do this because the airport is such a huge place, very big, very big. Forget about JKIA. JKIA hata sio kubwa. It's not even half of what I'm talking about. Very big airport. Sometimes you will have to take a train to get you to the other destination, to the other door, whereby you are supposed to board your flight. So a baby cannot be able to handle this. Well, this is why you need to pay a flight attendant with the airline, and it's found online. It's not something you're gonna negotiate with someone somewhere. It's online. They just ask you, do you need assistance with blah blah blah, and then you pick it. Do you need wheelchair? You pick it. Do you need this? It's very easy. These things are easy, but simply because sometimes we haven't encountered them, we think they are very hard things, but they are very easy, and everything is laid bare. Nobody gonna con you. An airline will never con you, and everything is good. And the baby gonna come here, and then you're gonna pick them at the airport, safe and sound. Okay, Faith Karaoke. How do DV winners, specifically single mothers, cope? Single mother is not being a disabled. And I tell people this all the time. You will cope because things have to work. They have to work. When you get here and you go to your own apartment or your own house, things will have to work. Trust me. And if you get here and you are a single mother, ask me. I'm going to direct you how things will work. The only thing I tell people, sometimes you are surrounded by enemies. Not just here in America, but everywhere else in the world. One thing I tell people, if you are a single mother and you want to make your things work, I'm not going to elaborate this because it's not the best place to do it. You will have to minimize your circle. You have to minimize your circle because you are the only person who knows how much weight is on you. You are the only person who knows how many bills you have to pay by yourself. So minimize your circle, look for ways to survive. And if you are here in America and you would want to know more about that, you can hit me up. Or if you get to America and then you remember this statement, you can ask me how. But you will have to minimize your circle because you cannot fit in so many people's lives who have helpers and you do not have a help. So you will have to figure things out, and it works perfectly. Oh, so they have the D minus. Okay, you have to attain the D minus. It's okay. I didn't know at some point. Okay, these things change like every year. They change things. They update the status, and they keep on changing the requirements and stuff. When I was playing green card, you had to have what's a C minus or a D minus. Hi Essie, my hobby is into music production, audio and video. Huko kuna watu wanafanya wacha nikwambie, kama saa hizi I stopped singing. I took a pause because I do not have anyone close on the neighboring states that I can go to and they produce me. I am a gospel singer, by the way, and I produced my music. My last music I produced in 2018. Why? Because there are no music producers around me. The only music producer that I know is in Boston. From here to Boston, it's gonna cost me like $1,000, and then I'm gonna rent a hotel, and then I'm gonna go pay them, and it's a lot of money, and they charge a lot of money. But if we can get music producers, by the way, music producers, they need to relocate to America because we are suffering. We suffer a lot. We have to pay air ticket and come to Kenya and do our music, come to Africa to do our music. There are people who do it here. The only thing is, if you do it in America, in the American studio, they charge with hours and they charge a lot of money. Tell us about delivery jobs and payments wise. Can one do it in full-time for a newcomer? Yes, you can always do it as a newcomer, and you can, for the delivery jobs, I said it depends with how much time you want to invest in it. And I gave an example of a weekend. If you were not here when I talked about it, I said for a weekend doing Uber and Lyft and maybe food delivery, you can make up to $1,000 just for the weekend, Friday, Saturday. Saturday is not that busy, but it's busy up to 9 because people have to go back home to rest because Monday is a work day. Hi SC, tell us more about consent letter. What consent letter are you talking about? The one from the host, the one from who? What would I do if to come with a 2.5-year-old child? Will I be able to go to work without problems? Will it be possible to put her at daycare working at the same time? There are so many people here I meet up with at the daycare when I go to drop my 1 year and I got 20 months in 1 year and 20 months. Let me just put it 20 months. when you come here, they corrupt your mind and you tend to think the American way. So he is 20 months. When I go to the daycare, I meet up with so many ladies. Some of them are single, some of them are married, but they are married to a person probably who does tracking. Tracking, you have to be on the road for like 2 weeks before you come back home, or 1 week before you come back home. So it is the mother now with the kids. How do they survive? They survive because you can wake the child up by 6. If you are getting to work by 7, you get them ready, or 5:30 or whatever time they're gonna work with you, and drop them at the daycare and head to work. The daycare can sit a baby for 8 hours plus. So you will be able to go work your shift and come back, pick up the baby. In this case, you do not have to go for the very expensive daycares if it's just you. If you are a single mom and no dad in the picture, you need to figure out which daycare they can work with you. You do not want to go to the very expensive daycares. You can work with in-home daycares. And sometimes if you come here with green card, let me Shanua you. If you come here with green card, you can be able to get assistance from the government for babysitting. They can fund your babysitting expenses, but you will have to prove this is my income, I do not have a helper, and this is my my rent and my bills. They will consider you, and you will get assistance from the government to foot your daycare expenses. They're gonna be paying it to the daycare, or they need, in this case, you will have to go to a daycare that works with the government. And you can always find this around your area. And if it means for you to take the baby 30 minutes away, why not? The government is paying for the expenses. Go just drop off the baby, go to work, and then when you come back, you will find your baby safe. And these daycares, they are certified, they are licensed, they have cameras everywhere, CCTV and everything you have ever thought about, and the kids are checked, they are looked after like kings and queens. No worry at all. So this is for people who are struggling with daycare expenses. You can get help from the government, but in this case, you have to work with a daycare that is certified to do that by the government. Hi, Elsie, between doing doubles and delivery services after work, which one? Instead of you doing doubles, I would rather have you work on the weekend for delivery jobs, and you will be able to earn that money that you went to work doubles. Remember, when you do doubles, the government takes a very huge chunk of your money into taxes, because taxes is taxed as you earn. You are taxed as you earn, as much as you earn. So sometimes you go do doubles, but at the end of the day, when you do so many of them, the big chunk goes with the government as taxes, because you made a lot of money, and much of the money is taken by the government. You will have to understand that when you get to America. It's very hard to get it, but that is the way it is. So if you want to work doubles, you better have 2 jobs in a separate companies. So you work here in the morning, you work here in the evening. They're gonna cut the taxes, they're gonna deduct the taxes as not overtime but a regular work. That way you will be able to make more than working in the same place, working doubles, because most of the money will go with the government. Dole go kugutongia thirikari. No. SC, please answer my question, the one on top. Which question, Edwin Murevi? SC, I have a question, please. Unaweza pata green card through seeking refuge? Refuge? Unaweza. Sitaki kuongea sana. Unaweza. Would do I come with the 2.5? Thank you so much, Dr. SC, for replying. You are doing a great job. God bless you. You are a blessing. Amen, amen, amen. So don't ever fear to come to America. There are so many government resources that you can use. They also pay for rent for people as long as you qualify. They also feed you. There is something called food stamp. Food stamp is when you can go to the government. If you are a single mom, by the way, let me tell you about the resources that can help you, or a single parent. Or if you are a young family here in America, you just landed here in America and you're not well up, you can go to the government and seek food stamp. You can seek for assistance with daycare and stuff, because you do not have any income that can support you at the moment. I know people say they ask you for the host so that they can sponsor you. A host cannot be able to sponsor you with everything. A host can only host you. and then when you get on your own, you can be able to go for the food stamp and sometimes so much more. Wewe ukifika hapa kama umekwama niambie. Consent between Essie, what are the best warehouse jobs? Amazon. Thank you so much, Roger. Consent letter when you have to relocate with step. Oh, okay. When you ask a question, please be asking in full. I like reading, so it's not a bother. So, consent letter from the person when you are moving and they have to consent you. Like I have always said, if you have a baby daddy, if you have a baby mama, and you win green card and you would want to bring your kids here, make peace with them because they count when it comes to being separated with their kids. Who would want to be separated with their kids like they would never ever see them again? And if it was me being Dr. Essie, let me tell you something. I wouldn't, if I have a baby daddy and then I want my child to have a daddy for the rest of their life, I would rather feel that daddy. I can even file for them to come and be seeing their child, not for me, not to come to me, because if we separated, that is gone. But if I am coming here as a single parent, I can file for you, and then when you come here, we can do our things and separate again. But I would never, ever, ever wish my baby daddy or my baby mama a bad thing, because when you do, you are wishing the same to your child. If they love your child, why would you not be willing to bring them on board or make peace with them? And also, you can also even invite them, but in order for you to invite them, you have to know that they have to consent the baby to be away from them. Just understand that separation is a very painful thing, and sometimes it doesn't get into us because we are not the one experiencing the separation. Sometimes when people separate, not just even parents and kids go separate ways with their dad or mom, but sometimes even when you separate kids from their friends, that affects them so much. In Africa, we were not educated much on that separation is a painful process. Separation can cause so many other things and behaviors. It can trigger behaviors in kids. It can trigger behaviors even in adults. So, separation is not just separating like, it's not that easy. If you have a baby daddy, please consider them, respect them, and acknowledge that they're gonna be losing some part of them. So make peace with them and make sure they give you the consent letter so that you can show it to the embassy. And I tell you this because you can do your things, you can corrupt the process and get a fake consent letter and trouble the baby. That husband of yours, your ex, that baby daddy, that baby mama, they can go to the embassy of US in Nairobi, or they can write to them and they can report you that you moved with their child. Would you want to go back to Kenya or to be? There is a huge. Woo! Let's give the wind a moment of silence. So, would you want to be summoned by the embassy simply because you disrespected a process or you lied to them? They're gonna call it fraud, and then in some extent you can even get revoked. Your green card can get revoked. So do things the right way, and when it comes to coming here with someone's child, please consider them as part of that child. Consider them as important in making the decisions, okay? I know you wouldn't want to hear that, but that is the truth, and I cannot put it any other way. Okay. I have my email as swakago@gmail.com for Edwin Mureithi. Meaning for you to earn that one, you have to have worked how many hours, please? Tell me through your experience. You have to work for at least 16 hours each day, 16 hours doing the Uber and delivery. I see how can you make use of a visiting visa. Okay, before I answer that, let me go back to the Uber thing. You have to understand that Uber has a lot of work on Friday and Saturday, both nights. You can make good money between from Friday night, all day Friday, and Friday night all the way to Sunday. But on Sunday, it's not a lot of job, but you can make money Friday night and Saturday night. A lot of money. See how can one make use of a visiting visa? Kuna kazi bila. Where? Come to my inbox. Is it true if you join the U.S. Army, you will shorten the number of years? Oh my God. When you join the U.S. Army, like let's say, today you are not a green card holder, then you join the U.S. Army tomorrow. Your process for becoming not just a green card holder, citizen, it starts tomorrow. So it shortens the time and struggle and everything. Like for example, people who come here with green card, they do not have to wait for 5 years. They come here and then the first year, as soon as they join the army, they are citizens. And then they can file for their wives and children. And also, they can do so many other things. They have a lot of benefits. Being a U.S. Army, you have a lot of benefits. What if the baby daddy now is not indicated on the birth certificate? That is okay, but like I'm telling you, a baby daddy not being on the certificate doesn't mean that baby daddy is not in the DNA of the child. That is the whole point. You have to understand that if a DNA is conducted, the baby gonna be 99.99%. What if you are single and you win green card, then you say you are engaged, so when you want your partner to come, it will not be hard? Is it possible? If you know for real, you're gonna marry that person. If you know your character development, if you know that person is your rib, we are not talking about it, by the way. So if if you know that person is the person you're gonna end up with, for me, I would say this: in order to shorten the process and the struggle of filing later, you can as well say you are married. You do not have to be legally married when you're applying green card, but you need to get married in between then and when you travel or when you go to the embassy, because they will want to see a marriage certificate. But due to the excessive character development situations, maybe, I don't know if there is a choice to write if you are engaged or not. I know married or not, single, divorced, widowed, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if they have a spot for engagement. If you know there is a spot for that, please let me know so that I can be able to tell how to move forward. Like this video, please, guys. If you haven't liked it, please like it. Consider giving me a like. And let's go to the next question. But Virginia Wajiro TV, I answered that. What if the baby does now is not allowed? Is there a question I haven't answered? I don't want to sideline anyone. So there are so many warehouses here in America where you can work, and warehouse pays a lot better than the nursing homes. So like we have Amazon and so many other of them. I'm gonna Google them and I'll come back with a video of the warehouses and how much they pay. I know you want to hear how much they pay, so I'm not gonna talk about from my head. I would want to talk about them and how much they pay for what, so that you do your math, so that when you come here, you go look for that job. You do not have to go to the CNA field if that is not your calling. Not everybody is called to take care of people. Not everybody is called to go and give people bath and all that, change people diapers and all that. It's not for everybody. There are people who are not called in that field, because each and every person has a gift, a special gift. So nobody gonna force you to do something that you're not supposed to do. America has got a lot of jobs. Oh my God, a lot of jobs. And also, I know of a person, she died this year actually. She died this year, and she came here when she was 60, and she was able to go to school and become as a teacher. and she was teaching little kids in school, and she was hired before she even graduated, because she went to the school and she told the school that her passion is working with kids and she would want to teach them. And they did hire her. They hired her without an experience, without a certificate, without anything, but she had the experience of working with kids in Kenya. So since I came here, when I came here in 2014, she used to be called Teacher Ruth. Actually, I'm gonna mention her because she was my friend. May her soul rest in peace. She died of cancer this year. Cancer hoto. May cancer die as well one day. So she was a very good person. She came here and she went to them and told them, I love working with kids and this is what I have been doing. It's my passion. And for real, she was doing it exceptionally. So she was able to convince them and they saw it in her and they hired her without going to school. She went to school later and she graduated, and that's it. And if you can come here and go to school and train as a teacher, you can be able to have your own preschool or a daycare whereby you will be following a certain curriculum and you're gonna be teaching kids and you're gonna register it, it's gonna be funded by the government and you will be getting paid. Those are some of the opportunities that you can get in America and not in any other country I know of. When I was in Kenya, I had looked for jobs everywhere. Trust me. I did some of the jobs. Some of them I was fired. In fact, I was fired how many times? One, supermarket, and that one. I was fired 3 times. If you think you have been fired, you should come here. We are not gonna cry. I'm not gonna tell you we cry together. We are not gonna cry. For who? Being fired, it's just a communication that you need to be more than just an employee. Yani, you do not have to cry for being fired from developing someone else's dream. Why would you even cry? Why? I was fired when I was a house help in Nyeri, the police line. I was hired by this Kamba lady. They were very good actually, but she got pissed off when I went to try becoming a jeshi. Na sio la wokovu. I went to try becoming a Kenyan what? KDF or whatever. What are they called? The ones that wear the green uniforms. The ones that wear the green uniforms that look like forest. I don't know. I'm not talking about the youth. I'm saying about the one you have to go to the field. Run. They check your teeth. They check your mouth. They check your everything. Kerema, agadoe. Those. So I went to try and then she was pissed off by that. So when we came back. Guys, I have a teenager's phone here and you can hear the... So, I went and I was fired. That lady fired me simply because I went to try something more than just being a house help. This is how people will kill your dream. Like, oh my God. Let me answer it. Hello? I have her phone, but she's playing outside. Do you want her? Do you want to talk to her?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm gonna let her know.
Thank you.
So she gonna wait. I'm not gonna leave. So so she fired me because I went to try something more than just being a housemaid, and I was taking care of her mother. So when I came back, we were told with my friend. I was with my friend who now works at Qatar Airlines. She's called Susie. Yani, we have come from far. We have faced the giants together. And up to date, we are very good friends. And we got fired. And I remember when I carried my suitcase, my bag, she had a suitcase. I didn't have a suitcase because I had come from the village. Hers, she went to Nairobi and then she joined me in Nyeri. So she had a suitcase. The luggage bag that you vuruta. To me, that was like a dream I had not seen come true. So we were on the streets of Nyeri and we have been fired. We do not have anywhere to go and we were trying to figure out what to do, where to go. We are jobless, we don't have money. The money that I was paid, the 2,000, I went and bought. No, I didn't have a phone because the phone that I had was belonging to that lady. But she took the phone, I was left with the SIM card. long. All I did is to ask for a permission to go apply for the KDF, whatever thing, the Army of Kenya. I don't know, inaitwaje wadau, what is it called? The ones that wear the green uniforms. So that was my only mistake that I did. So we were fired, we don't have money, we don't know where to go. We went and to her sister's place in the outskirts of Nyeri, and we got to sleep there that day and maybe for 2 more days. And then I had to go to my cousin to babysit for her. At least I get some shelter. At least I get some shelter. So I stayed there. I don't know if the wind is too much. So I had to babysit for her, and she is a nice cousin. She is one of the good cousins that you will ever come across. Let me tengeneza this. She is a good cousin, and she treated me well. I was babysitting her daughter, who is now like 20 years. So you can see how old I am, by the way. So from there, then we went to Nairobi. Then I became a house girl for the second time in South B, and I was hired by this Muranga lady. She was so nice. My boss was very good, very excellent. I'm the one, actually I was fired there. I was fired in South B. I was fired as a cashier in supermarket, and I was fired as a merchandiser in the marketing department by Mohede. So I was fired the first time, and then I got a job in South B, and that was a posh area by then. Now it is no longer. And I was fired because we sold that lady's magazines. We traded them with those people who come mare, and then we were like, you know what? Can we trade the magazines, since we just use them for lighting the jiko? Can we trade them for some glasses and some plates, so that we start pangaring ourselves, kujipanga, like planning how we're gonna go and be independent out there. So we took the magazines and we gave the Marimari person, and then Marimari person, and then he gave us some glasses and some ikobe. Guy, tomire ikobe na girani. That lady was so mad that we gave out her magazines. She wasn't using them for anything, but the fact that we did not ask her, which I do understand, it was a mistake. It was our mistake. She had to fire us. The second time I was fired from South B. Guy, Waitonga. So then she took her phone. I was using her phone. She took her phone and she gave me the SIM card. So the only constant thing here is the SIM card. Every person is taking the phone, and then I'm being left with the SIM card. She paid me 2,000. I went to Nairobi, and we went out with, we were kicked out with one of the niece that was living there, because she said we ganged together to sell her magazines. So the niece who had invited us there to her auntie, a story of another day, it's a long story, maybe you have ever seen it in my blogs. We had to be kicked out. So it was on a Sunday. I was called from church by the niece. She came and told me, and she was crying, and I was like, no, at a church. By the way, me, I'm a church person. I love being a church. So I was there, very humble in the presence of the Lord. But let me tell you, I was called from the presence of the Lord, and I was kicked out of a house. And at the end of the day, I didn't have anywhere to live, and I had to go to nowhere. So this niece and myself, we had to figure out again where to go live, because we cannot just sleep on the streets. What did we do? We called one of her boyfriend, one of the boys who was showing some interest in her, and we asked him if we can go meet him. We did not tell him we've been kicked out or anything, but when we met with the boy, with that man, we met with him around the roundabout of Githurai, because he used to live in the 44 side, and he crossed to Githurai to meet us. He went and bought us some soda, I don't know and what, but I couldn't even taste the soda tasting like soda. It was tasting like nothing, because at the end of the day, I knew I do not have anywhere to sleep. So what did we do? We had to go with this man. I cannot remember his name. We had to go with him where he was living, in a single room. Trust me, I had to sleep on the floor, and they had to sleep on the bed. I do not want to go into details. Guy, I had to sleep on the floor, and there were so many ants. They were eating me, literally, and they are in the bed. So I had to persevere on the floor. I had to be patient with the ants. They had to eat me however much they wanted. I didn't have anywhere to go. So from there, then I got hired by another lady. I got hired by a thief. And then there is so many episodes of me being me now and the me who was. So this is why I tell you guys, never ever feel like you do not have a hope for tomorrow. I passed through so many hands that were not able to help me because God wanted to show me the only person who can help you is me, and up until you surrender everything to me, that is when I'm gonna take over. So I was hired by a thief in Juja, and I almost got arrested in her house for nothing I know of. And I was also hired by another guild, women guild. Guy, atumia guild mamwicirie muno andu aria murumaga andu tondu mutumia ucio ni anjikire uru. That lady called me every single name that I have ever had on earth, simply because I told her I'm gonna stop working for her at the end month because I have gotten another job whereby I'll be independent, I will have my own house, and that was my last time I was hired. So that lady cursed me. She called me names. Guy, ona dehinya diakuire. That woman called me every single name, and she's a woman guild participant. But she cursed me so bad simply because I said I'm gonna stop being a housemaid and now I can live on my own because I had found a job. My friend called me to go take over her position where she was working in a restaurant. Kibanda. So to me that was a big opportunity because I wanted to stop being a housemaid and now become something more greater. I always felt that my position is not this one. This is by the way, I have a bigger position that I am entitled to. So guys, it doesn't matter what you're doing right now. I have done everything maybe you have come across. I have been a house girl for like 4 homes or 5 homes, and I have been fired, back to back, fired. Mohede fired me. I was fired at a supermarket because I demanded more pay. I was getting paid 4,000. I was counting 100,000 at the end of the day. I know you're gonna say part of it is the stock. I don't care. But the thing is, you cannot pay me 2,000, 4,000, only for the money to end before the date 5th of a month. So I demanded more pay, and they added me 200, and I said no, I did not want 200. I wanted something that can change my situation. I'm suffering. I'm working at night by 9. I'm working when we close the shop at 10. I'm working endangered. My life is in danger because I'm working between Zimmerman and 44, and you know, you have the history of that place. I was walking alone. Guy, so I've been through so many phases of life, and that's why maybe it's easy for me to relate with all types of people. I can relate with every type of a person. I do not have any problem with that. So God took me from all that, and now to me here being able to start up a company in America. I do not take it for granted. I always felt the urge of becoming bigger than I was, and up to now I'm not the person that I want to be. I haven't maximized my potential. I am still gonna go up and up for the glory of his own name. Let me go back to the questions. Guy, no, if you don't know, back in my high school years, I was a youth pastor. I used to lead the CU and stuff, to preach, teach Bible and stuff, and I was known in the whole school of Gogoro Secondary School that I was a pastor and a prayer coordinator and everything that you have ever seen in the kingdom of God. And I do not regret doing that because I have seen the grace following me, the blessings. So, which is the best state to land as a newcomer to America ukitaka kuanzia life, especially the states that are pocket friendly? I did that video. You can check out the video that I did of the states that are manageable. As we told, what if the baby daddy is already there minding his business, will not complicate? Then that is okay, good for you. How far is it from connecting to another state to another? Can one connect to another state by car? Some of the states you're gonna do, you can drive to the other state. Some of the states you're gonna have to take a flight. But if you can drive long hours, like 32 hours, like 12 hours, like 24 hours, then you can drive. Nobody gonna ask you a thing. You do not need any permit to get to another state. Please, most African will graduate, but we don't have the means to further our education in our country. To me, there are university that offer free education for international students. That one I talked about, free scholarship. And scholarship means full scholarship for you to be paying nothing. And for you to do that, you will need to be participating in the sports and stuff. That way they can pay for your school. Like, you won't pay a dime, but you have to be competing in different sports for the school. For example, you can be a marathoner. You do not have to have experience running. You can start from today and run. You can do anything. We can do all things through Christ. You need a scholarship, then they need someone to run. Why won't you run? You have both your legs. Please, train to do things. Push yourself to do things that you have never thought about doing, for you to be able to reach into those destinies that you have never thought about before. Woo! Tell us about healthy insurance. Health insurance. What happens when one gets sick? I hear hospitals are expensive. Yeah, having a health insurance here in America is very crucial. For people who are citizens, you can be able to get the government health insurance, which covers everything, and you're gonna be paying zero copay, zero payment. And for you to qualify for this, there are things that they have to look at, your bills versus what you make, for you to be able to qualify. But you have to be a citizen. You have to be a citizen, okay? About the regular healthcare plans, you can look into healthcare plans that are manageable. There are those which are not very expensive. You can get a healthcare through marketplace. These are government health insurance. Sorry, I'm talking about health insurance. You can get one from the marketplace whereby you won't be paying an arm and a leg, but you'll be having an insurance that is very, very pocket friendly, depending on the number of people that you have in your family. So yeah, you can also have a manageable health insurance here in America. And please, never ever desire to live in America without health care. I mean health insurance, because you will suffer. When you have health insurance, you will be able to get your own doctor. You will be able to get access to a medical doctor, which is your own doctor, and you can be seeing them. And whenever you go to anywhere, they will be the one to approve if you need these services or not. And they can also order services for you. You will be getting seen as you want, and you will never miss anything regarding your health, because you can always talk to them. They can always advise you on things. For women who want to do the family planning and everything, they can advise you on that, and they will take you step to step, not just going to see a gynecologist and they do use some depot or some family planning methods that cannot even work with you. They're gonna try, they're gonna take you step to step, and you're gonna get to know which one works better for me. Okay, so that is a plus for ladies. And for men, you can be able to go for the test and everything that you need as you're growing older. For the young ones, enjoy the moment. When you grow older, you have to go see the doctor for some physical and some stuff that okay, everyone needs to go for a physical at least once a year. But for the ones who are older, like ladies, if you're over 40, they do need to go for mammogram and other things, and they need to go for, yeah, mammogram is for the boobs, and there is this other one, for the women health down there. Okay, so what other questions do you have? I need to go do a tour for the one studio and one bedroom. What are the disadvantages of USA? USA what? USA, we have heard of the advantages. Disadvantages of USA is if you are too rich wherever you are. If you are too rich wherever you are, you won't survive here, because there won't be any change. America is for people who are trying to get better. And another thing that I would want to talk about is, people talk about America, you do not have time to rest. That's a lie. You have time to rest, because for you to be able to rest, you have to create time to rest. You are the one who knows yourself best. If you have too many things to do, then it means you are creating time for the too many things to do. But the I won't call it a disadvantage, but I would say it is a challenge for a better nation like America. You have to keep time. America, there is no blah blah blah. For example, if you have an appointment at 2 p.m. and you arrive 2:30, you are no longer in the list. They kick you out because you cannot keep on wasting 30 minutes in each with each person. At the end of the day, you will have wasted like the half of the day. Okay, so that is one challenging thing about America, especially when you're an African and you don't keep time, because in Africa we take our time, no hurry in Africa, and you disrespect the time for other people. When you come here, you're gonna struggle and you're gonna miss a lot of appointments. You need to keep time. You need to be there when you are needed, when you are agreed. Another challenge is most of the offices and companies, they work with appointments. You're not gonna walk in just like that, showing up like a ghost. No, you're gonna have to set an appointment for you to be able to be helped at a certain office. You will have to do that. Okay. Another challenge in America that I will talk about is the healthcare is very expensive, but it's manageable with some health insurance. Okay. Another thing I'll talk about is the bills. The bills are not cheap. The bills are there, but they are very manageable. The only thing is that bills are supposed to be paid on time. There are no jokes. There are no beating around the bush. If you do not pay the bills, they're gonna disconnect them. If they disconnect them, if you're in an apartment, they're gonna kick you out because you're gonna ruin their home with the wrong air conditioning. Because for example, if you are in winter and then you do not have electricity to heat the house, then all the plumbing gonna be messed up because the water will become frozen and they're gonna blow. So you have destroyed someone's property. That's why they kick you out, and they have a right to do that. So in America, you have to be very punctual with paying your bills, very punctual with being at the right time, and also you gotta choose the life that you want, where you wanna start it, the amount of money you wanna spend per month versus how much you are getting paid. So it's challenging if you do not like being in a particular way. You just want to be all over the place. You want to go to party, you want to go be at work a few hours and then go partying. Man, the bills will come and they will blow you. See, I remember you telling us your dad will be coming. I do hope alipona. My dad is doing good. He's still going through the process of healing. The accident was so bad, so bad, like a bad one. So it's gonna take him some few months in order to be able to even travel. What are the, okay, I said, hi Elsie, can one get a scholarship for masters after graduating over 10 years? Oh yeah, you can always try the schools that have masters, universities. For a master, you will have to go to a university and you try applying for scholarship. Most of the time they will give you part of the scholarship, and then part of the scholarship will be for you if you do any sports, and they're gonna cover the whole scholarship. See, I remember. Okay, please, how do we find those free education scholarship online? Okay, about the scholarship online, if you are not here when I was listing the schools that have free application, please go back to my video, this one, and listen from the beginning. I did not mix the beginning with any questions, so you will be able to hear and listen to the schools. And I said type the name of the school, then .edu. That will take you straight to the website. So how about looking for scholarship? You're going to apply on their website about the scholarship, and they will direct you. Actually, they ask you if you need scholarship. Okay. Doc, do you work alone in the cleaning company? How much? No, I do not work alone. I have to have help. I have to have people. Sometimes I have ladies that help me. Sometimes I have men that help me. I cannot be able to manage to service like 3 or 4 homes a day if I'm just by myself. It won't work. You have to hire people, and I thank God for the opportunity. Gaidoba, Guys, something got into my eye. So yeah, I do hire people for that, and I thank God for the opportunity. It feels good when you can help people to get along with life. Guys, I feel like it's about time I'm gonna end this video. I'm going to take a tour today. I don't know if the place is still open. I'm gonna go and try. If they are there, well and good. If they're not there, then I'm gonna find out what other day I'm gonna go and do the tour for a studio in a one bedroom. So guys, see you when you see me. Do not forget to keep on keeping on, and we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Please keep on pushing, keep on trying new things, keep on hanging on there, because God is coming for you, and when he comes he will make everything look new. Watu wanafanya biashara ya kuokota takataka kupata hela nzuri. I know of companies who do that. I don't know of individuals who okota the takataka. So maybe I can do a research, but I know it's being here in Oleida. It's part of the city. It's the city who deals with that. Do another video of a high-end neighborhood ka ile ya billionaire. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that one home that is from the high end. And guys, let me see you next time. Let me rush and see if I can find the office open, and then I'm gonna request a tour. If I get a tour, well and good. If I don't, then I'll try another day. Bye guys, and see you in the next video. Please share this, and I asked you last time, please like the video, and also go to the green card page and recommend my videos there so that I can get subscribers. We are aiming at 10,000 by the end of this year. We are in November, so guys, we need to work more. Help me, help me, help me, help me. Bye bye.